Okay, so we're gonna unbox an Uuni. Okay, I'm just very happy right now. So for everyone who doesn't know, yeah, at Wild Breads, I built an oven outside in front of our house, and that's where we do all of our pizzas. That's where we make our own pizzas. So I'm extremely happy that we have an Uuni right now. So the oven that we have out in front, I built it. That's actually my fourth oven. Yeah, that I built out of bricks. It's a brick oven. It's a hybrid though. It has gas and it has wood. The only problem with that, one of the reasons why we bought this and we're unboxing right now, is when it rains or when it storms, it's extremely inconvenient for us to make pizzas outside. So we kind of pulled the trigger on this one. Yeah, so now we can do pizzas inside the workshop or the bakery. Okay, so the reason why I'm extremely happy about this one is when Uuni first launched their product on Kickstarter, I dreamed about it, and then Uuni 2 and then Uuni 3 came along, and then the Pro and whatnot. So now we kind of saved a little bit for this one. It's been 4, maybe 5 years. I'm not sure if it's 5, but 3 to 4 years. So enough of the rant. Let's open it up. Okay, so. Yep. Look at that. That's cool. Whoa. Okay, so there's 2 boxes inside. We don't know how to do an unboxing video, but whatever. We don't know how to properly do this, but okay. So here we go. That's it. Looks good. Oh, okay. So initially I thought it was USB powered, but it's gas powered. Okay, and then yeah, that's it. It's actually a pretty good looking box. This, wow, 2-year warranty. So we've got that, and then we can register this online. Yeah, cool. Yeah, they've got the essentials guide, and then welcome to the Uuni community. Pretty cool. So yeah, and then there's a manual which I won't read. I'll probably read once, but okay. And then attention, this box contains the stone baking board. Please open with care. Interesting. Okay, so this is, I think this is corduroy or something. Yeah. So this is extremely common with pizza ovens. And then let's see what we've got here. It's okay. Whoa! Yep. Yeah, so wow, it's actually bigger than I thought. So, okay, can someone please help me with this one? Ah. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. I mean, the build quality of this one is actually pretty nice. Like if you touch it, it feels premium, but it's half the price of a rock box. So if we've got the 3 legs over here. Yes. Yeah. And okay, some specs. Oopsie. Yeah, that feels sturdy. There we go. It says Uuni over there. So let's go ahead and put it inside. This way. Yep, it locks in place. Can you? Okay, so let me put the flashlight on. I'm just gonna show you something really cool about this too. If you can see over there, there's something that's what they call a flame guard. So with previous Uuni versions, as far as I remember, they don't have flame guards. So that protects the hottest part of the oven is at the back where the flame is. So flame guards actually protect your crust a little bit. So that's pretty cool. I didn't expect that. And yeah, that's it. I'm extremely happy with the Ooni Koda. We're gonna test as well what it does or how it performs later. I've got those prepared. So yeah, overall I'm extremely happy about it. The feel, the look of it. So yesterday was our pizza day, and we made around 42 pizzas in the span of about 3.5 hours. And so far I'm a little disappointed just because it took a long time for the heat to come back up to temperature. But I'm not sure, I haven't tested a lot, I believe. The first part of this was 5 days ago when I first unboxed it, and then that afternoon I tested the Koda with around 8 pizzas. After that 8 pizza test that I did, I was impressed. It took absolutely no time for the heat to come back up to temperature. And then yesterday when I did around 42 pizzas, I was actually pretty surprised and ended up being a little bit disappointed about the heat retention of the Koda. But there's one thing that I clearly remember doing or not doing, and 5 days ago I preheated it for maybe 30-40 minutes at high. When I was checking the temperature of the stone, it was around 440, 460. And yesterday's big pizza day, I actually preheated it slowly for about 1 hour at the lowest temperature setting of this Koda. And after 1 hour, it just reached 400 degrees Celsius. And throughout the whole time that I was making pizzas with it, the middle part of the stone is just anywhere between 370 to 380, and then it would come back to 300 after one pizza. So I needed to wait for maybe 2-3 minutes to put another pizza in there. I actually don't want to make conclusions just yet. I really do want to give this another chance. So right now I made around 6 pizzas or 6 dough balls to test the Ooni Koda again with. So for this test, I'm going to preheat this thing at high temperature and then get it to 440, 460, and then bake with it and see how it performs. So anyway, I will be doing pizzas in maybe an hour or so, Okay, so I'm going to start my test right now. There's a couple of things that I'm gonna mention. So initially I was trying to use a residential low pressure regulator. When I got it, and then when I first tested with 8 pizzas, I was extremely happy about that fact because it was going to be fuel efficient for me, especially when running a pizza business. I'm not sure if this is just an old regulator. I'm going to buy a brand new low pressure residential regulator and test again, but right now I'm gonna show it later. What I'm using, it's a high pressure one. It's a regulator used by mostly Chinese restaurants with super high pressure gas burners. So right now the pressure is actually so high that the stone's about to reach 500. So I need to lower it to a very, very low pressure one. So it's actually it's very hot. Yeah, I think anything that I put in here is just gonna get burned. I'm just gonna lower it further. So anyway, the other thing that contributed to that big heat loss is the fact that my pizza dough was cold to begin with. So right now I did refrigerate my dough so that there isn't a lot of variables except for the high pressure regulator, which I can still just manually regulate over here. So the middle of the zone is 420. That's actually pretty ideal. .370 at the middle. Okay, so this is about a 60-second pie. Look, I like it. So here we go. So this, and this, these were all made with like a 3, maybe 4-hour-old dough. This one, aesthetically, the most good-looking one out of them all, is the dough that I have left over from yesterday's pizza day. So this is about a 50, 60-year-old dough on this one. And if you look at the bottom is just, it's cooked right compared with these ones. Okay, so, but again, the temperature on these pizzas were anywhere between 390 to about 420. So far, this is the other one that has a good bottom, not completely burnt. Yeah, and probably this one too, I'm not sure. But so from making 55, maybe 60 pies over the weekend, you know, since I got this, I'm going to tell you what I think of it now. So number one, if you're a home baker or if you're a home pizza maker, the Ooni Koda is an incredible little tool for your outdoor space or even a little bit of an indoor space like I have right now. And if you're hosting parties, which right now in this pandemic, I'm not sure you may, if you should, but if you're hosting like a family gathering of sorts and you want to make pizza for the family, maybe 10, 15, you'll be fine. People will be forgiving of the interval by which you load your pizzas in and out. If you're like me, and if you have a day where you sell, you know, at least 50 pizzas, it won't be as good as if you bought 2 of these. So after making 55 pies, you know, over the course of maybe 5 days, what do I think about the Ooni Koda? Well, first things first, the build quality on this one is that it's pretty solid. I really like it. It's lightweight. Since it's gas, it's more reliable than having a wood-fired oven like the one that I have out in front and this one. But this one is going to be perfect for small parties that you can host once, you know, this pandemic's been managed well. And you can probably also bring it with you to beaches or whatever. But basically, this is a very portable oven. I really like it. I will bring it with me as well once we go on a holiday. So again, if you're a home baker, you do not have plans to sell your pizzas in the future, then the Ooni Koda is a good addition to whatever cooking equipment that you have at home. But if you're like me, where you sell at least 50 pizzas on your pizza making day, then I would suggest either one of 2 things. So one, you get 2 of these. so that you get sufficient time for one oven to get back up to temperature while you're using another one, and then just alternate between that, between pizzas, and you'll be fine, I believe. But that's if you're a team of 1 or 2, where you can churn out pizzas really quickly, maybe every minute. But if there's 3 or 4 of you, maybe it's worth getting 3 of these. So 2, because low pressure residential regulators aren't as intense because they're low pressure, what you can do, and what I did just now, is I used a high pressure gas regulator for this one, but then you won't be able to adjust the knob over here, but you're gonna just adjust at the source. And it's actually incredibly nice to have this one, because if you really crank it to a very high pressure, the flame actually reaches just over here. But with a low pressure gas regulator at max pressure at the back, the flame just reaches this side. So it takes a while for your stone to heat up, but with this high pressure one, the heat reaches to this place, and then most of the oven floor absorbs all that heat. So that's pretty neat. So that's it for performance. So the $1 million question: does the Ooni Koda or any other portable pizza ovens, do they make a difference in taste? The short answer is no, they absolutely do not affect the taste of your pizza. I have an oven out in front which I used for a long time, and my pizzas actually don't taste that different. They really don't. So why did I get a Koda? So for me, it's such a joy to be in my micro bakery here, working in a sheltered place, whereas outside you have to deal with the elements. So we don't know the night before if it's going to rain, so we just have a tent over there. The working condition outside, if it's sunny, it's all right. It's pretty nice to work outside, but if it rains, then that's where I feel like it gets not fun. Right now, what I can say is that the Koda makes not just itself portable, but makes me portable in that sense, because I can move around. And 2, efficiency. Especially now that I've discovered that with a high pressure, gas regulator, you can make the Ooni Koda super efficient. But it's just gonna take a lot of babysitting. But you're eventually going to find that sweet spot. Again, this is if you're a business, or if you're considering using this for your business or starting a business with this one. But yeah, again, the Koda is not gonna change the way your pizzas taste. It's gonna give you efficiency and portability. I've used a Koda once from a friend, but I made one pizza on there and it failed because my technical skills isn't as it is right now. But that's another thing too. To make good pizzas in your Koda or in whatever oven, learn the motions of loading and turning. So I have this as a loading peel. It's a piece of plywood with a reusable baking paper. And then at the beginning, this is what I kind of dislodged the whole pizzas from the base and the pizza. This is what I put under it. And then once that's done, I use this bread peel that I use for all my bread when I make breads. So do you need a Koda? If you can build your oven, build your oven. But not everyone has time, I guess, and patience to do that. So yeah, get yourself a Koda. It's worth it, I believe, and it's even gonna be worth it if you're selling your pizzas. And one more thing, again, I'm sounding like a broken record here. You do not need a Koda or a rock box to produce great pizzas. You can make great pizzas at home. So if you don't have these things yet, that's okay. Make pizzas with your home oven or with your skillet or whatever. And if you can get the taste that you like, and then if you're giving it away and people like it, then once you get a high heat oven, the only difference it's going to make is the efficiency of your work. But again, like the taste, you really have to kind of experiment. If you found this helpful at all, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. If you have more questions that I didn't talk about right now, do make a comment, and then I'd be happy to get back to you. I'll be happy to answer whatever questions that you have as far as the Koda or oven building or pizza making. So that's my review of the Koda. Hope you found that helpful. Cheers.